Video 5 is just simply, let's go ahead. We are working upside down, everyone. The same brushes. We're going to work the edge of this jar in the back with cerulean blue. So let's go ahead and secure it. Working upside down really does allow for me to see the shapes and not overthink anything. All right, we're gonna do some glazing right here where we put the cerulean blue over top of the ultramarine, and I just think that's really pretty. All right, I still want to work that edge. I'm going to go to the ultramarine blue, starting at the bottom. This is a pretty dark edge. And again, I'm sketching with my number 8 brush. And starting to move up the jar. The paper is still damp, and all that's good, actually. Right about in here, we see some edges and some softness. Not thinking too much about it. I see some things I could have done better, you know. And now that I look at it, maybe I've come in too far, but let's just keep going. Let's start using this little handle as a reference. So from here to here. So I may have lost my way. Yeah, I may have lost my way. All right, yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna soften up because right here, I think I lost my way. Let's decide later. But for now, we'll just take that off. Yeah, let's soften this up. I need a better point of reference Let's go to the bottom. Let's go over here where we really do see some darker values. And we'll soften those edges as we go. And we're going back over here. So if it looks like I'm being timid, it's because I'm not sure yet. Like I kind of lost my way on the side of this ball jar. So this ball jar right here doesn't feel real good to me right now. What I'm doing is finding other things to paint while I get my bearings. I'm not rattled, but I'm slowing down. I don't feel quite the direction yet. All right, I think I'm gonna start on this corner working with the cobalt blue. Let's bring this over here. And it's a thin layer. Of cobalt blue. Still working with the cobalt blue. Going thinner just to cover all that. That's kind of pretty. I'm just putting an edge around the cerulean. That's the frisket. There's some beautiful shapes and colors here to work with. Oh, I see some letters here and I didn't see them before. So I'm just going to caution right now I'm going to leave that alone. So just a lot of really pleasant observation for where to put in the color. One can just get lost here in the painting, enjoying it. Back to ultramarine blue. We just need the gist, everybody. There's a lot to see here. One could spend the next year working on what's really here. Remember, we're just using our photo for inspiration. Let's just get the idea of things. Let's suggest, let's imply. All right, I'm going to cover this in. And all this lighter, I can use a bigger brush. All those layers should come through. There we go. So all that brush work underneath can come through, and that's much softer. We're gonna go ahead and with more water, we're gonna catch the top over here. A little more color. Cover all this in. We want the value and we want to see through it. See, these pale layers really help me a lot. We'll go a little darker later, but let's catch this one. And now we're starting to see those lids. I'm starting to see those lids. All right, now I see a color change on top. I see a neutral. So I'm taking my vermilion and mixing it with a little bit of ultramarine. And I'm gonna go get just a little more to just give it more color right here. And you know, I see it over here. Okay, now maybe I see it running through here. And I see it here. Well, I see it here. All right, just caution, caution. There are letters there. So I've got to come back and figure those out. But in the meantime, I think a little bit of this complement will help us. See how all that brush work holds together underneath. That's why we do it. What matters is what's underneath. And up here, oh, so pretty to me. It's just what was needed. And I just think about the more you look, the more you see. A little water, and let's just see what's left on my brush. And really, there would have been a nice little spot over here. So I don't know how easy it's gonna be to lift out the cerulean blue, but maybe I can do it. I mean, it's picking up. And you can see that using my brush just like this over time does remove the point. However, the weight and the density or the volume of the brush is what I like for scrubbing. Okay, let's leave that alone. Isn't it interesting? Now that I've added this little bit of vermilion with the blue, I see it everywhere. I see it down here in the foreground, and I may not have seen it earlier. But while we're here, let's go ahead and start introducing Horizon Blue, which is opaque, and I see it very heavy right here on this lid. I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to go back after the 8 with a good point, back to the Horizon Blue. This is also my Tiffany, Breakfast at Tiffany's Blue. I taught at the University of Richmond. We did film and exploration. Art and film exploration, and we did some paintings for Breakfast at Tiffany's, and this was my blue, my choice for the Tiffany blue. It is opaque. But it's such a pretty color. We're gonna use it over here eventually, but let's keep going. All right, so it's in here a lot, just shapes, lines. I'm not getting too dark unless I know I can leave it. I want to build the layers here just like I'm building them everywhere else. But where I can go in strong, I will. Okay, there's our green. I don't want to lose that. What we're doing is simply getting lost in painting shapes, values, and colors. We're painting upside down because that allows us to see what's really there. So just to wet our whistle for working with this, there's not a lot of a difference between the cerulean and the horizon blue. Let's just see what happens when we put it over here. It does add something. So I'm gonna keep using it. Yeah, I think it adds something. Sure does. Okay, still a little confused over here. But this, we can add a little over here. I think it enriches the other blues. And just adding it to cover the white. Okay, let's stop right there. We can always deepen this in spots. And we can paint over it as we need to. Underneath this stopper, it is turquoise blue. Yeah, I think that was part of the stopper. All right. Let's stop there for video 5. We've made some progress, particularly in the background. What we might want to do at this point, before we do end the video, is to take a little bit of ultramarine blue and cobalt and just deepen that a little bit. I think I'm going to leave it alone. All right, let's stop right there.